Howdy folks, welcome to the kitchen for Extractaganza number 16. In this batch we're doing an American Pale Ale, and what we're basing it on is the Black Rock Gold Nail Kit. I've been liking the Black Rock kits. To that we'll be adding a tin of wheat and also a bit of light dry malt and a little bit of Dex. And a bunch of hops. So at the moment I've got 8 litres of water over here on the stove, coming up to a boil. So I'm going to let that continue on. I'm going to get these tins soaking in the sink so they soften up a bit. When that's boiling we'll come back and we'll get this happening. Righto. Water's at a boil. Now, to that I'm going to add about 1.5 litres of cold water, just tap water. Why? Why you ask? Because I'm going to throw some pops in here. I'm going to steep some. I'm going to basically do a Whirlpool, or the same as a Whirlpool, on an all-grain brew, to get some nice hop, flavour and aroma for this style of beer without getting any extra bitterness, which you'd normally get if you boil it. And the Whirlpool hop stand steep, depends how you want to, exactly how you want to look at it, but they're generally done at between sort of 75 and 80 degrees Celsius. Instead of just trying to get the pot up to 80 degrees, which you can do if you want, but I've got other stuff going on. I'm in the middle of trying to smoke some meat, and I'm doing a few other things. So it was just easier for me. Could be easier for you at home. If you boil 8 litres of water and then drop 2 litres of cold tap water on there, you're going to be sitting about 80 degrees without even having to worry about thinking about it and checking it. Okay, so do that every way you want. Get 8 to 10 litres of water here at around 80 degrees Celsius. Got some malts and some sugars. What I've got, the recipe will list 400 grams of light dry malt and 300 grams of dextrose. What I've actually got is a little bit different because I didn't have any. I thought I had dextrose, but I only had like a real little bit in the bottom of the bag. I thought I had another bag there. But what I did have was nearly half a box of BE2, which is dextrose, dry malt, a bit of maltodextrin. So it works out almost the same quantities by throwing that in and then throwing it's like what's actually going in there is about 540 grams of BE2 and 400 grams of light dry malt. So there's another 40 grams of Dex, which is what I still had sitting around. So the reality is about 100 grams of light dry malt, more than I wanted, and there's going to be about 70 grams of maltodextrin in there, which I didn't want. Well, didn't allow for the recipe. That's all good. Anyway, now, the light dry malt, Dex, in the pot. What I'm going to add to that is, obviously, our Whirlpool hops. And that is 20 grams of Columbus, 30 grams of Simcoe, 30 grams Citra, 30 grams Eldorado. It's a nice little, it's a 2 fistfuls of hot pellets in a bag, pop in. As I said, it's a Whirlpool. Let's give that a good stir around. We're going to let that steep now for 20 minutes. You don't need to come back and Whirlpool to add some more stir into it. That'll be fine. like I said, we're just sort of trying to replicate a similar sort of thing, get some hot flavour in. So, go let that sit 20 minutes, then we'll come back, we'll get the kits in, we'll get the bloody thing in the fermenter. Righto, our 20-minute Whirlpool is finished. First thing we'll do is we'll get the hops out of there. Smelling pretty bloody good. That's turned into a fair old bag of hops. Get them out. Now, going to add in our tins. As it has been soaking in hot water, they should be nice to work with. And look, the black rocks. They've got pull tins. That's bloody great. How easy does that make life? So in with the golden ale. Yeah, again, I'm mixing these in the pot because this is going into the Keg King snub nose fermenter, which will not take temperature over 55 degrees. So, mixing the extracts in there. So, this is the tin of wheat. Got 8 litres of cool, just tap water in there at the moment. By the time I've added these tins in, and this is sat for 20 minutes, this mix over this way. And it's going to be cool enough that I won't get too hot over here. So I'll bring this over to here so I can transfer without going backwards and forwards across the floor and making a mess. So why give myself more to clean up than I need? Alright, we dump that in nice and hard too. That'll help with some aeration. Stir in there, it's not going to hurt either. It's not a bad idea. We're able to pour it over the spoon. Bit extra going on there. It's like an inbuilt spray nozzle. All these years at home brewing, I've never thought of such a thing. Well, there you go. In she goes. Where are we? About 20 litres. Go and throw a bit more in. I'm going to put this up to 23. Apparently she's off the sticker still. She's over 36 degrees, which is not a surprise. But I will stick this in the ferment fridge and just let it come down to temp this afternoon. I'll pitch yeast on it probably this evening. Set up one. So I'll get yeast on this afternoon. That's 23 litres. I've got my home already. Righto. Leave away. So I'm going to go put that in the fermenter. I'm going to pitch some US-05 on this. And I'll see you shortly in a couple of weeks' time and see how she goes. Told you it wouldn't be well, didn't I? But anyway, here we are. A couple of weeks down the track. Tasting day on this American Pale Ale. We find me notes. Alright. So it's been 11th for the 9th, close enough to a month since bottling day. And we bottled with a little bit of Dex, 2/3 of a scoop. I'm liking the colour of this in the bottle. It's nice gas there. This is alright. It's kicking up just a little bit, not a lot. So let's have a quick look at some numbers before we get into it. Original gravity was 1056, which got a funny feeling may have just been an estimate, might not have actually been measured. Ferment at 20 degrees, 2 packs of US-05 dry on how many litres? Doesn't say. So 23, I think. By memory, 23. Just about what I topped it up to anyway. Day 7 added 40 grams of Citra, Eldorado and Mosaic. 3 days later cold crashed. 4 days after that was bottled. So 14 days total ferment. Final gravity was 1016, which gives us an ABV of, I haven't actually calculated here, the 56 minus 16 is 40, that's let's say 5.3, another 0.3 or 4 for the bloody carb drops, so it's somewhere between 5.6 and 5.8%. Bang on the mark for an American Pale Ale, classic American Pale Ale. So she's nice and clear. Get a little bit of Chile's there on the glass. It's a lovely lovely gold with a little bit of orange in there. Some nice citrus on the nice citrus on the nose. Yeah, so bloody beautiful nose. Smells like, really like what you're expecting for an American Pale Ale. Let's get rid of a little bit of this froth so we can actually get in there and have a drink. Very good. Probably would have poured better into a non-nucleated glass, but hey, I'm not complaining about a good thick dense head. So there's no sign of any of that typical sort of twangy sort of note that you can get, but as I said, there's a fair whack of hops here. There was 110 grams in the initial Whirlpool, another 120 into the dry hop, so 230 grams of hops, 10 grams a litre. So it's not mucking around on the hops. Okay, that's pretty tasty. Just for that first mouthful, I got a wave of hop, a little bit of kick twang, some caramel, some more hop, some juice, even a touch of fairy floss. There was a bit of everything going on there. Then that was very interesting. Oh yeah, that is tasty. That's nice. There is some kick twang. There is a little bit of kick twang hiding underneath. There's that sweet, caramelly note, a little bit of metallic, but it's little. And it is very well covered by those hops. Yeah, that's a nice beer. That's one of the nicest kit beers I've brewed for a while. The hops are just really sitting really nice. There's plenty of citrus and orangey feel, without having that sort of sour orange note you sometimes get. There's a little dank note from the Simcoe and the Columbus. There's some earth, a little bit, but it's just playing along with that citrus. The Eldorado's kicking in. The Mosaic sitting there. Not always one of my favourite hops. Works at times, and it's working here. You can taste that little bit of sourness, but it's working in conjunction with that big orange and that little bit of the dank, and that earth coming from the others. So yeah, that's a good beer, no doubt about it. You saw from Brew Day, not hard to make. A very simple beer, just a simple a simple hop steep. A little bit of mix in the fermenter. Simple dry hop. Nothing elaborate. And just really drinkable. I just want to have more. It just says come back and drink me. See, lovely lacing on the glass. Bloody yeah, it's ticking all the boxes. If you're into the American Pale Ale, give that a crack. If you're not into American Pale Ale and you've not tried it, give that a crack. If you like oysters, give that a crack. I don't see any reason why any home brewer shouldn't have a go at doing that. I said big dry hop. How much the dry hop is just running the show, I don't know. But there is definitely a nice malt palette underneath that it's sitting on. It's sitting on a nice beer. So that golden ale and the wheat has worked. The extra malt and Dex. I might even say that little bit of malt and extra might even be, you know, helping a little bit with a little body. But yeah, that's good. I'm going to ring the bottle out. Good. Anyway guys, that's it. Extractaganza number 16. American Pale Ale based off a Black Rock Golden Ale can. Again, Black Rock delivering the goods. There's a little bit of kit twang there. There's far less Black Rock twang in the Black Rock kits. Once again, it's consistent across all the beers I've tried from them. Again, just it reinforces with me that Black Rock are one of the superior beer kits, extract beer kits that are getting around. If you're doing Coopers, fuck them off. Get into Black Rock. They've got a bigger range and they do a better kit. Their extracts are better. Like down hopped extract, the straight extract kits are better. 10 grams a litre hops doesn't hurt your beer, that's for sure. But anyway, guys, comments, questions down the bottom. Subscribers, thank you for doing so. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Patreons, thank you for your support. Yeah, that's the stuff that keeps me doing this sort of thing. If you're interested in Patreon, hit the link down below. But overall, give me a thumbs up. Keep the channel going so we can keep playing around discovering, these really nice beers. So that's me, Little John. I'm out of here. Extractaganza done. Back next month for the next Extractaganza. But for now, till I see you again and we're brewing beer, drinking beer, or talking beer, good brewing. I think I need to brew that one again.